Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 195. I'm John Cooney, here to talk to you about comics being released the 14th of October, 2015, beginning as usual with my first five, meaning these are the first 5 books I intend to read this week, and I'll give you a little more depth on them, starting with at number 1, The Walking Dead, number 147, Out in the Open. Series writer Robert Kirkman was on Late Night with Seth Meyers last week during New York Comic Con and told about his original concept for The Walking Dead.
I'm very excited about this.
Not as excited as I am.
All right, good. I can tell it's coming right off you. But congratulations on the show. Congratulations on the comic, which is how I knew of you first. And you wrote in the introduction to the first volume.
So you're one of the true fans.
I'm one of the real fans.
Yes.
Early adopter.
I like
but
that.
you wrote that you wanted, and I was a big fan of zombie movies, and you are as well, I'm sure. You wanted this to be the zombie movie that never ends.
Yes.
Explain that real quick, because I think that was what made this so unique.
I'm a huge fan of zombie movies. I love the Romero movies, especially. But I don't like the way zombie movies end. I think that, most zombie movies are about a group of interesting people doing interesting things, fighting zombies. And then the time runs out, and they're like, well, that was a lot of fun. We're all going to die now, or we're going to ride off in the sunset. You'll never see us again. And I wanted to do a story about, how these people continue to survive and find food and how messed up it makes them over a long period of time.
And they get to keep meeting new people, and obviously,
and then those
sadly,
people die.
so a lot of people die. Yeah,
That's great.
And the comic,
Lots
of course,
death.
well, you're at about, 150 or so in the comic?
Yeah, 150 comes out in January.
Well, that's incredible. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Now...
At number 2, we have Sex Criminals number 13 with the solicit Waka chicka 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 bwomp. Now, series artist collaborator Chip Zdarsky won the Harvey Special Award for Humor last month for his work on Sex Criminals, but in an interesting response, he has declined the award, saying, quote, "It's nice having people realize how special I am and how humor I am, and I truly appreciate everyone who voted for me, but the award as it stands doesn't make a lot of sense. The fact that I was nominated for a humor award for Sex Criminals without the writer of said series, my beloved chum Matt Fraction, is wrong on every level. I pointed this out to the Harvey Awards and told them I wished to have Matt on the ballot with me or to remove me completely, and they declined to do either." Close quote. He went on to say, quote, "Let's make this category reflect the teams who deserve it. Until then, I can't accept the award." Close quote. And he concluded, quote, "If for some reason it's already en route to me, I'll just carve Matt's name into it and raffle it off for the Hero Initiative." Close quote. At number 3, we have Guardians of the Galaxy number 1, The Raccoons in Charge. Peter Quill has abandoned the Guardians in his role as Star-Lord to be Emperor of the Spartax. Rocket didn't wait a single minute to take the reins and become team leader of Drax, Venom, Groot, Kitty Pryde, a.k.a. Star-Lady, and new Guardian Ben Grimm, the ever-loving Thing. Series writer Brian Michael Bendis shared his intention for the book, quote, "What I'm trying to do in the book is give people something they're not going to get in the movies or the TV shows. We've got some really cool, unique stuff that you're only going to see in the comics, and it's very big and very bold and very funny and very cute at the same time. So I'm excited to get people's feedback and see what they think about the new team and the new team dynamic. And could it be that Ben Grimm and Groot are the new cutest couple in comics? It very well could be. We'll see." Close quote. At number 4, we have Spider-Man 2099, number 1, 2099 in your calendars, number 1 in your hearts. With a job at Parker Industries, a stable relationship, and uncertain of what impact his actions will have on the future, Miguel O'Hara has decided that it's time to hang up the webs and retire from being Spider-Man. But when a dangerous new threat appears and puts his new life in jeopardy, he's got no choice but to don some new threads and tackle the problem the only way he knows how, head on. By the web-slinging wonders Peter David and Will Sliney, you know 'em, you love 'em. This is one explosive Spider title you won't want to miss. When asked what he enjoys most about the character, series writer Peter David responded, quote, "Well, I've been around since the beginning and created him from scratch, so naturally I have a deep attachment to him. That's going to happen when you build something from the ground up, and I'm just thrilled for the massive fan support that prompted Marvel to ask me to come back on board." Close quote. He went on to describe the setting for the new series. Quote, "He will be working for Parker Industries as the head of the New York office and will be overseeing R&D. On the other hand, he has his own private interests that he will be pursuing that are related to 2099. Miguel will have his own support staff, including a new hire named Roberta Mendez, who is, of course, Captain America 2099, even though he doesn't realize that, at least not immediately. The Alchemex crew will also continue to be a presence in the book, and yes, Peter will be showing up and play a major role." Close quote. At number 5, we have Chewbacca, number 1 of 5. Known as the skilled co-pilot of the infamous Millennium Falcon, the legendary Wookiee warrior Chewbacca will star in his very own limited comic series. After the Battle of Yavin, Chewbacca is on his own when he crash lands his ship on an Imperial-occupied planet. Now stranded, Chewie finds himself caught in the middle of trying to return to the rebellion and helping a young and feisty girl in need. Writer Jerry Dugan and artist Phil Noto bring us a never-before-seen tale of the heroic Wookiee we all know and love. Series writer Jerry Dugan explained the situation, quote, Chewie's introduction in the comic indicates that he's on a very important mission that he's choosing to set aside momentarily for the greater good, close quote. As for the crash landing, Dugan says, quote, he's got a loaner from the rebellion, but their planet-side assistance is a bummer. Chewie would argue that he didn't crash, but in fact soft landed a very malfunctioning spacecraft in need of a new gravity generator, close quote. Rounding out the top 10 at number 6, we have Spider-Gwen number 1. Because you demanded it, Gwen Stacy is back in the webs and has an all-new, all-different mystery to solve, the reappearance of the Lizard. Spider-Woman was convinced that the Lizard died in her arms along with Peter Parker, but when a similar monster goes on a reptilian rampage, she's left with doubts not only about Peter's life, but his death as well, and witnessed the debut of the Osborns of Earth 65. Fan favorite creators Jason Latour, Robbie Rodriguez, and Rico Renzi are back for more with the story that every Spider fan will be talking about. At number 7, we have Journey to Star Wars The Force Awakens Shattered Empire number 3 of 4, continuing the first new canon comic tale set between episodes 6 and 7. As the Empire shatters around them, Rebel heroes fight for a better tomorrow. Greg Rucka and Marco Cicchetto take us into the more recent long time ago. At number 8, we have Batman number 45. When Batman almost gets taken out by a new threat, Jim Gordon might have to reevaluate what it means to wear the cowl before it's too late for Gotham City. At number 9, we have Uncanny Avengers number 1. New team, same mission. Steve Rogers has formed a new Avengers Unity squad comprised of humans, mutants, and Inhumans. A new threat to the Avengers is revealed. Wait, is that Deadpool on the cover? Is he seriously an Avenger now? And at number 10, we have New Avengers number 1, Everything is New. In the wake of Secret Wars, the old order changeth, and Bobby DaCosta, Sunspot, is just the man that changeth it. Welcome to Avengers Idea Mechanics, a super scientific global rescue squad of tomorrow's heroes today. America doesn't want them, S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't know what to do with them, but Earth might not survive without the New Avengers. For the best of the rest from DC Comics, we have Batman and Robin Eternal number 2. It's here at last, the sequel to the blockbuster weekly series Batman Eternal. 5 years ago, Batman and Robin worked the most disturbing case of their crime-fighting careers, bringing down the organization of the ultimate human trafficker, the mysterious woman known only as Mother. At the time, Dick Grayson never quite understood the scope of the case, but now its darker secrets are coming back to haunt him and everyone else who ever worked with Batman. With Bruce Wayne now lost to them, Dick and all his allies are out in the cold. Who can they trust? Is someone among them not who they say they are? And who is the deadly, silent young woman in black who's come to Gotham City looking for Batman? Prepare yourself for 6 months of international intrigue, twists and turns, and new additions to the world of Batman and Robin from showrunners James Tynion IV and Scott Snyder, and writers Tim Seeley, Steve Orlando, Genevieve Valentine, Ed Brisson, Jackson Lansing, and Colin Kelly. Next, we have Batman Superman number 25. What impact will the revelation of Superman's secret identity have on the rest of the heroes of the DC Universe? As Superman seeks to serve justice to the villains behind his power loss, find out who the Man of Steel's new crime-fighting partner will be. We've also got Justice League of America number 4. As the Flash struggles to get back to the present, the rest of the team regroups for a rematch against the overwhelming forces of the Church of Rao. And, as foreshadowed in issue 1, they must also consider how to prevent the seemingly inevitable death of Superman. Next, we have Red Hood Arsenal number 5. The brawl with Batman continues as Roy and Jason go head-to-head with both the new hero of Gotham City and the villainous underbelly in the streets. Plus, a shocking revelation leads Jason to a secret rendezvous with an old friend. We've also got Starfire number 5. Starfire and the hero known as Atlee must uncover the mystery of the creature from beneath the earth. Our heroes can tackle a monster no sweat, but how can they survive unemployment? And we have Superman Lois and Clark number 1. Following the epic events of Convergence, here are the adventures of the last sons and daughter of the Krypton and Earth as they try to survive in a world not their own. But can they keep this world from suffering the same fate as their own? Can this Superman stop the villains he once fought before they are created in this world? What is Intergang, and why does Lois's discovery of it place everyone she loves in jeopardy? What will happen when their 9-year-old son learns the true identity of his parents? Make way for the original power couple, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, until death do them part. From Marvel Comics, we've got A Force number 5, the explosive finale to the first adventure of Marvel's mightiest team of Avengers, A Force. Though She-Hulk and her team have unmasked the traitor in their midst, the villain won't rest until their utopian island is razed. As the horrors of Battleworld bear down on Arcadia, what sacrifices will the members of A Force make to save their home? Next, we have Captain America Sam Wilson number 1. When Steve Rogers was restored to his natural age, he chose one of his closest and most trusted allies to take up his shield. Now Sam Wilson, formerly the Avenger known as Falcon, carries on the fight for liberty and justice as the all-new, all-different Captain America. We've also got Captain America White number 3 of 5. The superstar creative team of Spider-Man Blue, Hulk Gray, and Daredevil Yellow bring their magic to America's number 1 hero. Captured, with Cap and Bucky behind enemy lines, who will save them? Definitely not the Howling Commandos. They've been taken prisoner too. You'll never believe who the newest Nazi soldiers are. Next, we have Civil War number 5, the final battle of the Civil War. Heroes and villains from both sides of the divide clash in an epic confrontation to determine the future of the war zone once and for all. We've also got Marvel Zombies number 4. Out of bullets and out of hope, Elsa Bloodstone desperately struggles across the zombie-ridden Deadlands to bring the child she swore to protect to salvation. But with the zombie horde and a merciless stalker hot on her trail, survival will take every ounce of metal she can muster. Can Elsa survive? And even if she makes it out of the Deadlands, what world awaits her on the other side? Next, we have Ms. Marvel number 19. She's beat down basic baddies, stopped supervillains, and even conquered her evil ex-crush. But now that Kamala Khan has finally found her stride as a hero, the planet's gotta go and collide with an alternate Earth. And we have What If Infinity Avengers number 1 one-shot. What if the Avengers lost the war? Years after the fall of Earth, Cannonball leads a small team of surviving mutants in the deepest part of space looking for shelter. Eventually, they meet up with a few surviving Avengers who had to go to great and scary lengths to survive. From Image Comics, we have Phonogram, the Immaterial Girl number 3 of 6. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then we do a comic. Monthly, after years of delays and not doing it, but monthly now. Honest. And we have The Wicked and the Divine number 15. Stephanie Hans's Amaterasu alternate cover was so stunning we figured doing a whole issue of that would be a good idea. Plus Jamie and Matt on a backup of. From Valiant Entertainment, we have Ninjak number 8, The Shadow Wars Part 3. Ninjak face to face with the terrifying threat of Fitzy. Ninjak goes toe-to-toe with the brains of the Shadow 7 operation, the deadly and very intelligent Fitzy. But as Colin King discovers he has much more in common with this group of thieves and murderers than he'd like, will he be able to hold on to his honor and his sanity? Meanwhile, MI6 makes their boldest move yet as Steven Segovia joins Matt Kint and Butch Goose for the next blood-stained chapter of the Shadow Wars. Next we have Unity number 23. The Armor Hunters never leave a man behind. Deep under the mountains of the American Southwest, Quartz of the Armor Hunters who attacked Earth is kept secure in government custody. Escape is impossible from the inside, but can the combined might of the U.S. Armed Forces, Exo Manowar, and Unity stop a jailbreak from the outside? When the attack is an all-out suicide strike by Unity's giant killer robot, Ginger, the galaxy's deadliest squad of killers will have their revenge as multiple Harvey Award nominee James Asmus and Red Hot rising star Diego Bernard take charge of Valiant's elite super team for an action-packed 2-part story arc. And we have Exo Manowar number 41. It's Exo Manowar versus Gate as Exodus continues to rip the Valiant universe apart. With the conspiracy tearing the Vine and humanity's tenuous relationship apart, Eric of Dacia takes matters into his own hands to bring peace, but at a dire cost. But when you don't know whom to trust, you must trust yourself. Exo Manowar makes the decision to save 2 worlds in Exodus Part 3 from New York Times bestselling writer Robert Venditti and Red Hot sensation Rafa Sandoval. Out in trades this week, we have Marvel Masterworks, The Defenders Volume 5 hardcover, Steve Gerber's Defenders run comes to its revolutionary conclusion in the latest Marvel Masterworks extravaganza. Gerber consistently broke the boundaries of what superhero comics could be, and his Headman saga stands as one of the high points of his celebrated career. From the Elf with a Gun to Bambi and the Bozos, Gerber wove together an unlikely cast with a challenging critique of the era's culture. His stories would influence a generation of new writers, and with artwork by the stellar team of Sal Buscema and Klaus Janson, Defenders is an indisputable 70s Marvel masterpiece. And we've topped it off with the classic Defenders Howard the Duck Marvel Treasure Edition team-up. Need we say more? Get your copy today. Collecting Defenders number 31 through 41 and Annual number 1 and Marvel Treasure Edition number 12. And we have Batman Year 100 Deluxe Edition hardcover. Visionary writer-artist Paul Pope presents a futuristic mystery of epic proportions. In Gotham City 2039, a federal agent is murdered, and a contingent of Washington's top agents is hot on the trail of the Batman, long thought gone, but now the suspect in the murder. This new collection of the 4-issue miniseries includes never-before-published sketch material. Okay, so that's just a few of my favorite books out this week. There's still plenty of others available, so check with your local comic shop to see what else you might like. I'm on the road and couldn't produce my usual Marvel, DC, and Independence videos this week, but check back next week on my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com. You can also now find He's Got Issues on eBay at he'sgotissues.com/eBay for great deals on comics, trades, and superhero and pop culture merchandise with free shipping in the United States. And of course, you can still find me on Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram to see everything I'm reading as I read it. There are links to everything in the About section at he'sgotissues.com. And a reminder that both He's Got Issues and the League of Nerds are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.